Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is iGoRawr, and welcome to Let's Not Auraxium, the show where I try to Auraxium a gun and then get so frustrated with it I can't even tolerate it anymore. Today we're going to be looking at the battle rifle, a weapon available to the heavy assault, medic, and engineer. Now before I begin, there are a few things I want to mention. The first of which is that I've only achieved about 200 kills with the weapon, and that's far from the Auraxium that I usually try to get before trying to review the gun, but I have a damn good reason for it. It's bad. The second thing I want to mention is that the Vanu Sovereignty's version of the battle rifle is pretty much identical to the TR and NC's version, outside of it having a little less velocity and no bullet drop, which I can honestly say doesn't really make a difference with this weapon. The last thing I want to mention is that I just need to put in perspective how much I dislike this weapon. I have Auraxiumed a total of 33 weapons so far, and my goal is to Auraxium a total of 100 across my Vanu Sovereignty character alone, so I don't exactly have the luxury of picking and choosing the best weapons out there. And I can honestly say the battle rifle is the first weapon I have come across that I am finally putting my foot down and saying I will not Auraxium this pile of crap. But with all that out of the way, let's look at the stats. Starting off with a fire rate of 333 rounds per minute and a damage model of 250 damage up to 8 meters, dropping off to 225 damage up to 75 meters. It's definitely different, but not good different like the Gauss-Saw is. It's more like different in the effect of doing a handstand, putting a sparkler in your ass, and lighting it on fire. Next is the reload speed of... Okay, you know what? Stop! Okay. I'm done with this weapon. I'm switching. Oh, fuck, that's better. Alright. Next is the reload speed of 2.5 seconds for a short reload and 3.4 seconds for a long reload, along with a magazine size of 20 rounds. I can safely say there is no real issue to be had here. And finally is the velocity of 570 meters per second, or 600 if you're TR or the NC. It's also worth mentioning that the kick on this weapon is not only very harsh vertically, it also has an extremely sharp horizontal recoil angle of 25 degrees, and has a partly randomized amount of recoil to ensure that using the full 333 rounds of fire rate this weapon has is completely impossible. Who thought this weapon was a good idea? So that brings us to our final question. Is the Eidolon worth your time? And the answer is no. In fact, it's not even worth my time, and I'm unemployed right now, for God's sakes. Reviewing this gun is like looking at the black box after a plane crash, watching it over and over again, trying to figure out what the hell went wrong. So I feel like there are two major reasons that this weapon just does not work. The first of which is that it's trying to be a scout rifle that you can kind of hammer the trigger on when you need it. The problem is, just like scout rifles, you need to let the gun settle between shots, making its higher rate of fire and lower damage per shot the exact opposite of what you want. At the close ranges, the mid ranges, even the long ranges, there would be no situation that I wouldn't pick the Vandal over the battle rifle if it wasn't for the fact that it's only available to the Infiltrator. My second issue is that all the classes the weapon is available to doesn't have a very good set of abilities or has an alternative weapon to the supersonic spunk launcher that is pretty much superior in every single way outside of one or two small aspects. For my heavy assault, I don't see a lot of reason to use the weapon when I have the NS-15M available to me. And on top of that, my big glowy overshield is going to make me stick out at the ranges I should be engaging my targets from. On my medic, I don't really see any reason to use the gun when I have the majority of assault rifles available to me. They're a class of weapon that's incredibly accurate, incredibly easy to handle. I mean, for God's sakes, the HV-45, the Vanu Sovereignty's high rate of fire variant assault rifle, feels more effective at range than our medium-range carbines do. They're just that accurate. And if you try to use the class's bubble shield or shield generator, you're going to glow at long ranges. And if you try to use your AoE healing, you're going to still glow a little bit. It's taking away any sort of subtlety at range you could have with the weapon. It just... oh, fuck, it's a mess. Now, for the engineer, I could see some form of argument to be made. Carbines are a class of weapon that are more meant for the closer ranges with their faster reload, high damage drop-off, and tight hip-fire cone of fire. But even then, I would still rather pick the Pulse RC over the battle rifle in pretty much every single situation. The weapon just does not work on any of the classes it is available to. And as much as I'm saying that the weapon kinda sucks, there actually is a weird silver lining to the weapon. It actually wouldn't be that bad if it was available to the light assault. Now take this for what it is at face value, it's just my speculation. But personally, I feel if the weapon was available to the light assault, it actually might be pretty damn good. The light assault is at its most effective when it's a reasonable distance from its target in an unexpected or elevated position, and the battle rifle would fit the bill for this kind of scenario very nicely. In fact, the few times that I actually had some reasonable success with this weapon was actually in a situation very similar to that. And the kit that the light assault has available to it via its jetpack would actually complement this weapon in a way that I'd go as far to say it might make it overpowered. But in its current state, what do I think of the battle rifle? It's painful to use. Don't buy it. Don't use it. It's not worth your time. It's just, it needs to be buffed or changed or something. It just, it's not worth it. Anyways, guys, that's it for this time. My name's been iGoRawr, and I'll see you guys next time.
And I do that thing in the book.
Well, I wasn't sure we took that. I'm out. Oh, why? Why? Why bother? Hide, you idiots! Hide! They're all shooting at us! Why? Hey, there's another! There's two more!
Oh my god!
I don't understand. They don't hurt us. Why? Oh my god! I want to go deal with the air over there, but they're not letting me. Why bother? Why bother? Were they all low battle rank?
I didn't even pay attention.
Oh my god. NC, ladies and gentlemen.